Good morning. So this morning I really didn't want to do another video because I thought I had done enough yesterday and I didn't actually have any thoughts about anything. And then as it happens when you relax, something sometimes just comes to you, right? So this morning I am thinking about how wondrous this nature is. Because we take it for granted, right? There's so many things happening in it that are really extraordinary, but we see them every day, so it's not something special for us anymore. Take food. I looked at this LinkedIn post yesterday, and there was this post about how they grow grain, I think, or grass for cows even in the winter in these hydroponic laboratories or installations. And I thought, I'm doing this in small here as well. I've just gotten the idea to buy a Tony Robbins event again, to grow these seeds, grow these sprouts. And it's wondrous. You don't remember how incredible nature is until you see just a couple of spoonfuls, little seeds in a glass, and 4 days later you've got a glass full of salad or sprouts. It's incredible, and you don't have to do anything for it. You get it all for free. And then I thought, wow, I mean, if you had done this for somebody, wouldn't you want them to be a little bit grateful? Because it was part of my gratefulness practice, which I have every morning now, which is worth its weight in gold, so to speak, because it sets you up for the day. And I thought, well, what would I think of a child that would see this wonder if I manufactured that myself, and I made that myself, and I gave that to my son or daughter, and then they would destroy it. They would, dump it on the ground or just put poison into it. And that made me kind of sad. But that made me sad like it used to make me sad. And now I thought, well, God isn't doing this, isn't he? Because God is giving us all these wondrous gifts, these wondrous things in nature, the food that we have, all these animals that can delight us, this wondrous multitude of different things. If you just look at like beetles, for example, right? There's so many different types and they have such intricate different things. So even if we destroy one, he just gives us another one. He's a very benevolent parent who just gives us something else and something else, even when we destroy it and we don't value it, and he gives us something else and something else and something else. But wouldn't you be sad if you would do that for your child and try again and try again and try again, and the child would never actually have the joy that he wanted to have? And the child would destroy one after the other, and then sit on the floor and cry and complain that it didn't have it. And this is not about judgment, really, because while I'm not doing this and haven't done this for a very long time, I do remember what it felt like to just want to experiment. Because I had this dolphin when I was a child, this plastic dolphin, these huge big things, and I was, I think, like 2 or 3 years old. It was a huge big plastic dolphin, and I loved that dolphin, and I played with it every day. But then I wanted to see what happened if I cut the nose off. And I don't know what got me to have that idea. I just wanted to, it was just an almost irresistible impulse. And then my mom saw me with the scissors and said, do not cut that dolphin's nose off, because if it's gone, then it's gone. I'm not going to buy you another one. And I put the scissors away and I played with my dolphin, and I looked at my dolphin, and then I took the scissors again And then I cut the nose off. And then the dolphin was gone. And it was destroyed. And I couldn't fix it anymore. And I went to Mom and I was crying and I wanted my dolphin back. And Mom was just shouting at me and saying, "Yeah, I told you, you shouldn't have done that." And I was so in love with that dolphin that I couldn't bring it back. And I cried and I cried and asked my mom to give me the dolphin again and buy me another dolphin. It wouldn't have been the same because I really loved that one dolphin, but at least it would have been another dolphin. But she didn't. She bought me a plane instead. I didn't want a plane. I didn't want something mechanic. Even then, I understood that that dolphin was just so much more wondrous, so much more alive than a dead thing like a plane. But I did it. I do understand that impulse. I do understand that impulse of trying to experiment. It's just, it was so painful back then. I still remember that. I must have been 2 or 3 years old, maybe even younger. I don't know. I don't think I could really talk at the time. But it was such a vivid experience that I still remember it now, and I still remember the pain of losing it. And maybe we should be careful when we look at God's creations, that we don't cut the nose of the dolphin. Because the dolphin is still alive. It's not doing too well, but it's still alive, and it's beautiful. And it's still jumping, and it's still wanting to make us happy. And if we could just see what the wonders are around us, it would bring us so much joy. And in the moments where I can see it, where I can actually look through it without all that noise in my head and all those thoughts and all those worries, it is extraordinary. It's incredible what was created. Not just that I could never do it myself, it's extraordinary. So let's enjoy that. That was my thought for the morning. That was Petra Lohmeyer from the Babel project.